The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Changeling the Dreaming Stained Glass Season 2 finale. Holy crap. I am your ever-stunned storyteller that I've been telling this for 2 seasons now, Maddox. And here are my lovely ensemble cast.
And I am Mama McStabber, and I'll be playing Priscilla Rowland, who is known as Esmeralda the Aishu.
I'm Evie Eternal, and I'm playing as Melody Rockwell, otherwise known as Lady Embra the Shade.
Hi, I'm Cozy Core, or Unconscious Celestial, and I am playing Eva Oakley Ray the Satyr.
From the windows to the wall, driven down, I'm Judy Vonhesh, and I'm playing Honey Badger, the red cap who's ready to slaughter some fucking bitches, man. Bring it.
I always hate following you, Judy.
That was unfortunately our troll's job, but my troll.
I know. I wish Oscar was still here.
I know, right?
I'm Mischievous Red, and I'm playing Blair Wilson or Ace Duran, your Clericon.
And our ever lovable troll is still dealing with personal bullshit as usual. We wish Ravnos Archon the best, or at the very least, the adequate. Whatever gets him through the day. May he recover swiftly. When last we left our heroes, a whole bunch of shit kept happening. There was a whole fight with a Dream Eater in the Dreaming. And then through some rather impressive rolls on many parts, Oscar seemed a bit catatonic afterwards. And everyone's been slowly pulling themselves out of the muck. And we're starting this scene in Esmeralda's living room, I would guess. Seems like a nice spot to meet for this. Mm-hmm. Big and open. If you feel
I've already picked up the trap.
Yes, you have.
Perfect. Okay.
And it was given a very basic description, which a storyteller will quickly run through and then let you get to the scene. It is a flattened, compressed disc about, you'd guess, 3-foot radius. So 6-foot diameter, so it's a little big, but it's like is metal, but flat as paper. Mm-hmm. You're not sure how Aggie did it, but she did it.
Okay.
And she said it has 2 modes of activation. One is far more convenient than the other. The less convenient option is to chuck it at a motherfucker. But that has the possibility of missing, as she said.
Right.
A better one is to get them to walk onto it, because then it does its proper gotcha thing. She said in a pinch, it can also be dropped.
Okay.
And she did describe the thing that made the cage knockery. It is a cage. It will spring up around whatever it catches, but it does not collapse back. She said she could flatten it this perfectly once.
Okay.
So once it's popped up, you can't recollapse it into anything, but it is still a functioning cage.
Okay. So as everyone is here, Esmeralda will explain the trap as it was explained to her. And be like, I'm willing to play bait to lure him onto it.
There are, we can do that, but there are a couple of other things we can do too. I mean, we could have an illusion of you on the plate. We could throw it, that we have ways to make sure it hits. Like, you can if you want, but it's not necessary.
It's risky, but he's a mage. He might be able to see through illusions.
Honey will come in after she's changed because she's not going to get her grandma's nice clothes all fucked up. Look, I'll put a nice shield on her. And then I'll ready to, shall we say, smash the bitch. Because I think we need to smash him into the ground. Pulverize the fucker. In the cage.
So
I've also asked Vincent to come over because he has some skills that might be useful for this too.
it sounds like we might not be going for like quick and efficient. It does seem like there is some anger that also wants to be done rather than just trapping and using the trap.
I mean, I'm a red cap. I'm always fucking angry.
Just
It's my
saying.
secret cap.
Just saying.
Well, the quicker we can get him in it, the better.
I mean, I don't think everyone thinks that.
Jolly starts casually whistling You Give Love a Bad Name.
God.
And I'm going to go walk to the door.
Did I ever tell you your goat has fantastic comedic timing?
Yes, he does. Just don't tell him that his ego cannot stand to get any bigger.
I learned it in summer camp.
When did you go to summer camp?
Story for another time. We're planning an ambush.
He went with me.
Oh, I was going to say, was this when you were trying to be a street thug and a crimes dealer and a kingpin?
Trying.
Yeah, trying.
He rolls his goat eyes at you.
And she goes and it goes to the door.
Standing at the door is Vincent. Just Vincent. But he stands there with a polite nod and smile and holds up his hand.
Hey, come on in.
Before that, I had a thought.
What?
He's thinking, run.
Doug tells me that you are learning the art of growth.
I am.
Would you wish to accompany me to the botanical gardens sometime?
I would love to.
They have fantastic lights displays right now for the winter.
Lovely.
And you might just be able to make things a bit more lush on the side. That was Doug's suggestion, I will admit.
Come in.
And he even holds out his hand towards you as he steps in.
Mm-hmm. And she takes
which
it.
he takes it and gives a formal and gentle kiss on the top. And then we'll follow you inside.
Mm-hmm.
He is dressed the exact same as he's always dressed, which is immaculately.
And we're
in a
not
very
hanging
nice
out in
suit.
the freehold. We're actually in the house proper talking. So, yeah.
He's got a simple, sort of nice, crisp black suit. There is a very sleek, sort of almost burgundy, almost purple shirt underneath. It's sort of both that weird in-between shade between the two. And he just seems to acknowledge everyone, but otherwise he seems to be taking things in.
I'll lean over to Bravari and love keeps blooming in your groove.
she also, while he's taking things in, she explains to him the trap mechanism as well.
He doesn't seem to question a single bit of it. He just accepts, nods.
Mhm.
That all seems to make sense.
So, there's an idea to create an illusion of me to lure him onto the trap. I could be bait.
We can also use gimmicks to make sure it hits him.
That too.
Do we know how we'll make him appear in the first place? He hasn't deigned to show his face yet. Are you going to challenge him directly?
That's actually a good idea.
I mean, yeah.
Straightforward head on a swivel. I like it. Perfect.
I am what I am, so why the hell not?
Who here has at least 3 dots in, I believe it would be empathy in this case. Oh, fantastic. Esmeralda, as you're speaking and making the quip, you do see Vincent sort of, an expression crosses his face that is very much, yes, and he hides it rather well.
All right. Storyteller out of character. I think my character would know how to challenge him head on, but I am at a loss. So could you enlighten me, please?
One last quick stat thing that I have to check just for sanity's sake. Your dots in intelligence.
Okay. Intelligence. She has 2.
2. Okay. And sorry, just real quick. Damn it. I said it would be the only thing and then it totally wasn't. My
That's
apologies.
Okay. I have Gray Mare of 3. I have Enigmas of 1.
Hi, Gray Mare. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be something of a memory test. How about intelligence alertness?
Okay.
Standard diff, all that shit.
I will spend a willpower.
Yes, you will. I will spend a paycheck.
That's actually 5 successes.
You know, he did block that number that he texted you from, but you saw it before it just said unknown. So you still have it in your head at the very least. You can recall it. With 5 successes, yeah.
Get some.
She sends a text to that number and says, "Why don't you say that to my face instead of leaving a note?" And sends.
Okay.
Okay.
Such a see you next Tuesday.
It says delivered.
And then she blocks the number.
Destroyed.
I respect the pettiness.
Absolutely. She's petty bitch. Okay, so it shouldn't take long for him to decide that he's going to show his ass. Let's get this thing set up.
All right. So just so my non-physical brain map will help me with this whole logistics thing. Where are y'all setting this trap up? Are you setting it above, just on the floor? Is it going to be someone's posed and ready to frisbee toss the bitch, or what's going on?
Can we put a rug over it? Something to disguise it.
It's a little big, but with enough extra stuff, you might be able to find enough stuff around.
Would the rug trigger it, though?
No.
Okay. She's got rugs all over her fucking house. I'm sure we can find rugs big enough to cover it.
Oh, there's a Persian rug or a Persian rug. How about this Persian rug?
There's a lot of rugs, okay? So we'll arrange what we need to arrange to get it covered.
But yeah, Aggie set a weight minimum, not maximum.
Got
So
it.
certain things, as long as they're not too heavy, can be placed over it.
Okay.
But
And I'll want, and you guys will basically set it up on the porch. Like it might have been there was already a rug on the porch. We're just going to change it for the other rug. Okay. That'll cover it and put it down. And she's just going to stand right behind it, like between the house and it, waiting for him to show up.
So you're giving yourself maybe like a 5-foot clearance between it and the front door. Okay.
Now, do you
The
want
rest of
dragon
us-
skills on this? You? Yeah. S?
If you want.
Sure. Tell the tank that the DPS and heals doesn't want to be saved. You know, listen here. God damn.
I mean, I can just start singing the song that never ends and give myself a shield.
Fine, do that. I'm just gonna be over here, pretend to be, you know.
It's like, what the fuck?
Vincent seems a little bit not confused, but just like,
Interesting choice.
And Jolly's got this impish grin, and you can almost, he doesn't say it out loud, but you can tell he wants to say, I probably taught her that.
Yes, he did. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Worry about your others, okay? Okay, General?
No, don't call me that. No, thank you. I shall pass on that, please. Not generally, I'm only a lady. When I get Baroness.
You're my unicorn. Go do it.
And she will just mockingly go trolloping unicorn into a place where she can go and gently hide and wait with her shit ready.
Vincent turns back after watching Honey prance away. I'll admit, I didn't know that members of House Scatha could be so playful. It's interesting.
Absolutely, they can. And she looks at Ace and says, do we want to do an illusion or do I want to stand here?
That is entirely up to you. I mean,
If you
let's
can
be honest, you standing there would be the better story as.
It will be, but...
There's
Okay,
a chance he could
How
retaliate.
You know
much
what?
do you trust us?
I implicitly.
Okay, then.
Implicitly. So
Okay.
y'all go hide so he doesn't know you're here.
So long as you don't get caught up in the trap, I don't foresee it being an issue.
I have my ways of getting out, don't you worry.
Ace is gonna be Ace will like tell Ez like, I've got my good old friend Annihilator here, and just like holds up their fists, and it's gonna do nickname actually.
Nice.
Nice.
You're gonna nickname yourself?
Nickname my fist Annihilator.
Yes,
Oh,
Annihilator.
specifically your fist. All right, that's still going to be Faye because
You're Faye.
You're a Gloricon. Is there any role that needs to be done with this? Sorry, nickname's
Yeah.
not one that we've done in a bit.
Nickname is I want to say it's just time. Hold on.
Because it's only second
duration.
dot, right?
It's duration, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have my dice tray. Yeah, that's a mistake.
So a fist nicknamed Annihilator is probably gonna hit like an absolute son bitch.
Gonna hit like a Mack
Hell
truck.
Yeah. And then if we how I'm a Clericon, never mind.
You're not you're not very big. Yeah.
I'm a Clericon, never mind. So I'm gonna do that. So I can roll for that. But I will also then do runic imprint on myself to buff my strength.
Nice.
All right. How does the rune appear on Ace when you do this? Because this is the first time where there's like a significant amount of naming power being thrown around you guys. Like assaining is one thing, but this is something big.
So Ace will make a big show of their fist right now, being the Annihilator, and through that show, they will like verbally, or not verbally, like stop dogs, make the shape of the rune with their hands, and so like there's just like a big like a glowy explosion thing when they're done with their show, and that's the rune going off.
All right. You feel it's odd. It almost feels like was it your left or right fist? By the way,
Left.
Okay. Whenever Ace makes a actual fist, not just like having your hand like this, but like actual fingers curled and all that, it almost feels like your bones get denser. But that feeling is only present when you're like you have a proper fist formed. Like
Okay.
even something loose wouldn't count.
Okay.
But
So
as long as you're making a fist, the nickname will work. But if you're not making a fist, who knows?
and as Ace is doing the show, they're gonna sing a song about the glory of their fist. Not in a dirty way.
Look at my fist. My fist is amazing.
Okay, so I'll roll nickname first, which would be the Annihilator bit, which we could say would add a dot of brawl, maybe. I don't know. Adds a dice.
Oh no, I have an idea. We're gonna see how this duration bit goes
damage.
first.
What is the number, or what's the difficulty?
Let's say 6 in this case.
That is 3. So 1 week.
Okay, you've got a really strong left hook for about a week.
Okay.
And it will do something. Let me know when you're using it.
Okay, and then for Runic Imprint. Oh wait. I roll my entire naming, not just what it is, right?
Mm.
So hold on. So it might be more.
you use your naming score, as it were.
It is no more. Okay. 4, 2. So for Runic Imprint, that is 3. So I'm gonna do 2 for a scene to make it last the whole time. Because I'm gonna guess this is gonna be longer than a minute because we do have to wait. And then the third will be add a dot to my strength.
Okay. Is there anything else that anyone would like to set up in the interim?
I would like to quickly do a pirouette, and off of that, I would like to cast Sculpt from Winter in order to make myself a breastplate.
I'm assuming it's made out of ice, if I'm remembering right.
It is.
Okay.
Anything made with Sculpt is made completely from ice. But it is sturdy. It is quite sturdy.
All right. And that, I'm assuming, will just add to your soak or whatever it would be, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. I trust you guys to know your powers. If it becomes truly important, I have the PDF with me. Vray, any boosting of yourself or others you would like to commit? Whip out a Glock and anything?
Gun is a 5th level power.
Against things that aren't vampires or werewolves. But okay.
Do you want any of us to buff you with something or to help you out? I love making a good fighter.
Are you talking to me or talking to
you?
Oh, me? No, I'm good.
Okay.
I was actually gonna offer I can make one of us or all of us look a little bit closer to us.
Could be fun.
Could be fun. Confuse him, but if the trap goes off, then hopefully most of these preparations won't be necessary.
Exactly. So we can hold that in my back pocket.
How long does it take to do? And do you have to be like touching us or?
Nope. I don't need to be touching you.
I bet that's a lot of fun in other instances.
Yeah.
Vincent politely turns down that offer I'm not sure I still wouldn't somehow shine through whatever transformation may occur. It is both a blessing, and he doesn't finish the sentence.
Honey will do confounding coils on herself.
Okay.
I am actually going to activate the tattoo for Quicksilver, so that way if I do need to move quickly, I can. I'd have to drop my shield to do it, because while my shield's going, I can't move faster than a brisk walk, but yeah. And then I will just start singing very softly under my breath the song that doesn't end.
Okay.
And
then everyone gets to designated spots.
A shield around me.
You see weird flickers of children dancing around you with goat puppets, and
it's from Lamb Chop.
And it starts to drone because it's the same fucking
and
notes.
It's something she can just sing over and over, because it's only 4 lines, and she can do it over and over and over, just under her breath, not even loud, just under her breath. Like her mouth is barely moving.
It's not like you're gonna forget it.
No.
And oddly enough, because if you're going to keep this up the whole time you're waiting, I'll even be a kind storyteller and say that you can get short sentences out without it breaking.
Okay, perfect.
So like a couple word sentences each time if you really need it. Because
she doesn't know what all this mage is capable of. He walks right up to her fucking house and cameras never picked him up, so she doesn't know if she'll be able to see him. You know? So yeah, she's going to be doing it the whole time.
And then for everyone that's not Esmeralda, could I also please get dexterity stealth? I think is the only way to go about this. For how well y'all hide while Ez stands on her porch going... I'm not singing the actual tune because it'll fuck your storyteller's mentality, and I won't be able to do it right.
We're not trying to do that.
I do need to know what the diff is, because as Health Scathage, I can never botch a stealth roll, and my diff is -1 to what it is.
For this, it's going to be standard. So for you, that's diff 5.
Yes! Hold on a minute.
Well, I am not the stealthiest woman, so let's hope this goes well.
That's okay. I'm not even a woman, so it's fine.
That is fair. Difficulty 6.
Yes.
Did you say Dex?
Dex and stealth.
Indeed.
Gotcha. Okay.
I got a 2.
Okay.
I got a 1.
Okay. You also got 1, Lady Umbra?
I did indeed.
Okay. Fife.
Wheelhouse!
I guess.
Very nice.
Yeah, everyone says they're warrior she. Nah, they're assassin she. Let's be real. Okay. You all hide either around corners of the house, or maybe a couple of you further inside, but still near enough to the front door. And you wait. It's a crisp sort of December day.
I would actually like to spend 1 glamour point with my shield to also protect me from, like, elements, because if he has control of any elements, she doesn't want those launched and hit her.
Okay. It's cold, but it's not snowy at the moment. The snow, there was a bunch of sunlight a few days ago, so the snow has sort of cleared up for the most part. A couple patches where there's shade. And you wait 2 minutes, 4 minutes. It takes until about 9 minutes of waiting when you suddenly see someone coming up from the right side of the sidewalk. And what you see before you is human average. Roughly 5'7". Looks like hustled, but otherwise plain brown hair. As he turns and starts heading straight up the property, you also can see from there that he has dull brown eyes, unimpressive. He doesn't make much of a mark. He's dressed casually in a simple but thin-looking winter coat, black t-shirt, jeans. boots. But it's hard to get an impression off of him because he's very plain.
Mm-hmm. Almost
He walk-
unnaturally so.
Mm.
Almost
He wa-
unnaturally so.
He walks up with his hands in his coat pockets. The coat is open. The only reason you can see the t-shirt. And he climbs and ascends the few steps onto the porch and then stops just before hitting the actual carpet. And he stands and looks at you.
And she's just singing the song.
He seems unimpressed. Well, I'm here.
And she's still singing, and she's like, you're going to have to get closer.
I should get closer.
Mm-hmm.
Says the woman who wanted me far away with every indication. And now you want me closer.
Why not? You walk right up to the door all the time.
Charisma expression, please, Esmeralda.
Uh-huh.
Difficulty 7.
I've got that. Can I use my silver-tongued specialty?
If not for this, then when?
I know, right?
Hey, do this thing that you don't want to do.
5, 6.
Oh, sorry. Let me correct. You can choose charisma or manipulation. Your choice on the first one. But expression is the second one on that. Because there's no direct persuasion skill, which is obnoxious.
That is 7 successes with exploding 10s.
Okay. He sighs. Fine. Only because you're pretty. And he takes 1, 2, 3. And there's a quick roll that needs to be made. As you guys hear, before anything happens, you even hear a metal.
Like a click?
No, more like metal untwisting. God damn it. My players will never fucking believe that I rolled that either.
Oh, shit.
And you watch as... You know how coffins are shaped, right?
Oh, yeah.
They get wider at the shoulders and then narrow back down. That, but a 3-dimensional cage with bars. There's just a metal cap on the top. And then the bars have randomized sections of crossbar that you can't seem to see seams or where they connect. It just looks like one seamless piece of metal. So that nothing more than up to a shoulder could probably fit through if there was some force applied. But these bars are rather thin to fit through. And because he rolled nothing but ones...
Oh, shit.
The botch.
He got stuck as a bitch.
Yes, he did.
And you see it. And then you hear a very digital sort of impish giggle recording play from the top of the cage for a second. And there it is. He's now looking around, much more animated and worried than when you saw him before, as he then grabs the bars of the cage and just at the moment seems both panicked and stunned.
You absolute fucking bastard.
You did this.
Of course I did.
You uppity bitch.
You fucking murdered a woman and had me hear it over the phone. You monstrous fucking bastard.
Oh, like you couldn't have hung up?
If you knew anything about me, you knew I couldn't.
And also you'd know that woman was pathetic.
As you are. Look at you. And she lets out a fucking whistle.
Gang's all here.
Vincent comes walking over very calmly, but he has none of the usual mirth in his expression or politeness. He seems very stern and focused. Mainly his eyes are locked on the individual in the cage. Even Jolly seems to just sort of be staring.
Honey drags her axes so that it has that grating, spiking thing, and just looking at him menacingly with her big teeth smile.
Are you trying to be a bully browbeat?
Oh, fuck, yeah. That bitch going down.
Well, then how about you roll at diff 5? Because it's reduced for you, because Red Cat.
Okay.
At the moment, he seems too confused to be doing much except for, like, looking around. And then occasionally turning back to glare at Esmeralda.
Eva's just waiting in the doorway, just watching everybody.
Ace is waiting for him to like even stick like a fraction of skin beyond the cage if he can, just so Ace can go boop to see what the Annihilator will do.
At the moment, he seems to just be holding onto the bars, like scrambling around, but he doesn't seem to want to let go of the bars.
I think he's trying, out of character, I think he's trying to change them.
So, honey, what you got?
That's 5 zeros and an 8. 5 successes on Intimidate, where she just looks at him almost kind of like Harley Quinn menacing, going, you're going to put your hands down by your side and you're going to be the good fucking boy and do nothing, you little bitch.
And you all watch this man who seemed so confident go and turn at the voice and then look. And his hands are now inside the cage because
and as
Red
just
Cap's
looks at him and says,
intimidate anything.
Unlike you, I actually have friends.
Is this it? He looks so average, normal.
And you will watch him raise his right heel off the cage ground. And then there is a resonant as he slams his heel down onto it. Let's see how this spear shit works for him.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I've got some things just ready to kick off in reaction to him.
From the spot where his heel collided, for a few seconds, you swear you see bits of the cage turning duller, not as shiny, but it reverts just as quickly, and then you hear the electronic giggle overhead again. And this time it's also accompanied by a small voice recording. Oops, looks like it's already gold, and at least enough to fool your dumbass. As apparently Aggie couldn't resist putting in some bragging rights.
I fucking love Aggie.
Absolutely.
And now he looks worried because his plan didn't seem to work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are you going to get rid of him?
Yes.
Back away. Back away and let me out.
No.
Now.
No.
Fine. If you all could please roll either dexterity, athletics, or let's say, stamina kenning, because this is a magical thing, so you'd be able to notice it that way too. So your choice. Dexterity, athletics, or stamina kenning, whichever you as a player prefer. Difficulty is 8.
Stamina kenning, actually. Difficulty 8, though. Let's see.
That's funny. It's the same pool no matter which one I use.
Love it when that happens.
Same here. I'm going to use willpower, though.
Hey,
I'm using
two.
willpower too.
I got 2 10s, and those are my only successes.
I got a
so
4.
2.
Whoa. Okay.
4 with willpower.
And I do have Quicksilver activated if I need to get out of the way.
3.
Okay. All right. So from what I just heard, although my brain's convincing me otherwise, no one got 2, right?
I got a 2.
You got a 2. 3. Okay. It's only a different variable between 2 and 3, so that's what I had to check. For those who got 2 or less, you are going to take 2 aggravated damage as random patches of where gold dust emitted from his mouth turns parts of you to gold. It hurts like hell. For those who got 3 or more, take 2 lethal damage as the gold stings and hits, but doesn't take, and so there aren't patches of you still gold. But you could feel the effect, and it still hurt like a bitch. Just way less. Lady Embra seemed to be the only one who now has like just the corner of her chin is a bit gold, along with maybe like part of a finger, things like that. Just small patches here and there that. Oh, also, the gold parts, Lady Embra, are a bit harder to move. It's almost like flesh isn't meant to be gold.
Almost.
And it didn't go all the way down because you can still feel like pain in certain spots. So you know that it's not as deep as you initially thought, but it still definitely hurt like a motherfucker. And he does that and then seems to just stand there because he's still in a cage.
Mm-hmm. Somebody do something.
All right.
Because mine are reactionary. So, and I can't work with the gold thing, but if he starts flinging fucking other shit, I can start turning it on him.
Well, what do you want us to do to him?
Attack him?
Do you want us to kill him?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
That hurt. You're going to pay for that. And then I will use Sculpt to try to start burgeoning ice around his midsection, crushing him.
What's your bunk for that?
We'll stick with the blood motif during a sort of combat. I'll reach up with my sword and just slash it across my hand, specifically where some of that gold hit.
Ritualistic. It cuts the flesh, not the gold. Well, it cuts the gold, but it doesn't cut the way flesh would, to say the least. There's a much narrower and thinner and less and more shallow groove in the gold bits.
And with that, I'll blow frost at him. Freeze.
And if I recall, how much ice can you make with that?
It is 1 cubic foot around.
I feel like 1 cubic foot could get a decent chunk around his midsection. And it seems to cling to the edges of the cage too, because it's not the most roomy cage.
Do I need to make any kind of opposed roll?
Not for this.
Good.
It seems like he's trying to do something, but failing. As he's just sort of focusing and nothing's happening.
All right. I'll keep that going.
Do we or can we stick? Is there enough room in the cage bars to stick my arm through it to punch him, or do I know that would be a bad thing with the way Aggie's built it?
It wouldn't be bad. It just they're purposefully made so that, unless like you're doing like this and fitting your hand through that way, they're made to be hard for bulkier things to fit through.
So I couldn't fit my tiny fist through there?
Well, if you first poked your hand in and then did this, then your arm would have clearance.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Okay.
And just see. We're gonna try it. Ace is
Okay.
curious.
So you're gonna Bruce Lee style, just 1-inch punch.
Yeah.
How about some strength? Dexterity brawl. Sorry, because part of his precision, so you're not twanging off of cage bars.
Ace enhance their strength.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I can alternate it to Dex if you want, but I would like to kind of
No. Actually,
that,
strength. No, strength still does work in this case. Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking because of standard bullshit. Continue.
No, that makes sense.
I'd say diff 4 because he's right in front of you.
Awesome.
And he's kind of immobile.
Yeah, it's not like he can dodge in a cage.
You said 4?
Mm.
Okay, so that is 3 successes.
Okay. How many strength do you currently have?
3.
Where do you think you end up hitting him?
Probably his shoulder.
Well, it was his shoulder. It seems a bit dislocated now. As you deal a point of ag. Oh, fuck. For a second, it looks like he almost passes out from the pain, but he doesn't quite. You're muted.
Ace will quickly pull their hand out, kiss their fist, not fully loose, so it's not gonna hurt them. Kiss their fist, and we'll proceed to do it again next turn.
It's weird. Everyone says that certain villains are just fish in a barrel, but my players actually turned one into a fish in a barrel.
Yes, we did. And we're just going to poke at it until it dies. We're going to play with it like it's a toy for a cat.
Hey, various smacks, bludgeoning, pain. Vincent sort of sets him on fire for a second at one point.
Oh, I will use Primal to enhance it to make it really fucking go at him. Yeah,
It does.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Chris Bacon a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can Jolly and I kick him at the same time?
Fuck yes!
As you suggested, Jolly goes, oh, pincer maneuver. You on that side, me on this side. 3, 2, yeah. And for half a second, Jolly is a physical goat, which is just enough to kick this guy in the shin by the looks of where Jolly was aiming. But he is beat to fuck at this point. Because honestly, there is no way he's getting out of this.
No.
I'll be forthright with you. He's down to maybe only a couple health levels left, and he needs to now make a different kind of roll. He's breathing heavily, bleeding in many places that aren't already cauterized. He has odd bruises that are chimerical, which means that as a human, he can't quite perceive them. He just knows he's hurt. And his luck is typical to the very end. As he slumps down in the cage and very slowly pulls his knees to his chest in a hug, somehow his eyes have remained entirely intact. You can still see every detail of those dull, boring brown eyes. And then he seems to pale as much as what is still available in terms of skin tone that you can see. As his eyes seem to fill up, this black liquid slowly rising until his eyes are solid black orbs. The black liquid then starts leaking out of his tear ducts, nose, ears, mouth.
What's happening to him?
And
Esmeralda just says, Nafandi.
And his face starts doing an almost Jekyll and Hyde sort of expression change, going from pure terror and fear to... And there are points where his head somewhat violently goes...
I'm going to slit his throat.
And as you cut, there is no blood, just more of the black liquid.
Turn my head from that. Oof.
And
she says in Romani, demon.
And then you hear, speaking from his lips, a very different voice. I had such high hopes for you, Pete. And yet you kept running off to play romance. Well, instead, you can be an example. And his Peter's mouth smiles. It's almost rictus in how stiff it looks, as his still-filled black eyes turn and acknowledge all of you, settling back on Esmeralda at the end. Congratulations, little... And then the body collapses
All
into
I heard
the
was
cage.
little. Did he say something after that?
Fairy. Congratulations, little fairy.
Okay.
And then it's eerily quiet.
Permission to destroy the body with highlight strike.
Absolutely.
She'll totally let it all go. Destroying it.
You also see Vincent sort of cough into his hand, and there's a pillar of fire within the cage on top of it.
Oh. Nasty business.
Hey, Esmeralda, feel free to remove the enemy flaw. And congratulations. You have successfully dealt with your stalker. And there is still black liquid leaking everywhere. It's now out of the cage and onto the carpet.
Burn the carpet. And she walks down actually to the street to get some air at this point.
Like to use Greymare to examine this liquid, whatever it is, if I may.
Oddly enough, because of your assistant, you know what this is.
Oh?
You recognize ink.
Oh. Huh. Curious.
Ace is gonna after Ez has walked away for a bit, slowly kind of follow after her and just ask, do you need anything? Are you okay?
I knew him. We were in choir together in high school.
Were you close?
Not at all. He never spoke to me.
So is it bothering you because you didn't see it after all these years, or?
No, it just bothers me that someone would get the idea to sell their soul to a fucking demon
I get that.
to get a girl's attention.
Absolutely. I just more meant if it bothers you more that it was this specific person.
No. No, it doesn't. It just bothers me.
I'm here if you need it.
Thank you.
And Ace will kind of just like go and you walked away from your house, right?
Mhm.
Ace will like go and sit on the curb and just chill.
Esmeralda, you also feel something brush against your left hand.
She looks.
It's Jolly.
She just reaches and scruffs him gently.
He sort of looks up at you and just very casually goes,
Damn you.
oh, wait. No, damn it. Fuck, I had a better one. And he just like planks and then falls over like a fainting goat. He's not a fainting goat.
Damn it. Oh.
Honey's
And then
gonna
if
get rid
after a bit he stands up.
Honey's gonna get rid of the rug, but she's gonna nudge old Romeo and go, now's the fucking time you go over there, give her a fucking hug, and be the man that kind of sweeps her off her feet for a moment. Jesus, do you need a playbook?
You see, Vincent was actually, as you were saying that, in the midst of reaching into his his like suit coat, and just sort of stares at you for a second, and
Fuck,
walks.
She's been waiting forever for a fucking date. Now go sweep the bitch off her feet. Jesus, do I have to tell you everything?
And as he walks over to her, he mutters under his breath, "She doesn't know. She doesn't know. She doesn't know." And then starts walking over. And Esmeralda, towards you, but not like in front of you, he's holding out a handkerchief that seems monogrammed for, it says VT as the initials.
She would know when he handed her a card what his last name is.
Thomas, if I believe correctly.
Okay. And she'll take it and she'll dot her eyes because she has been
You can
crying a little bit.
You can also smell chamomile.
Thank you.
I'll admit, I have seen twisted things. That was something new. May you never have to see anything like it again.
It's a lovely wish.
As my grandmother used to say, hope in one hand, shit in the other.
See which one fills up first. Well, there may be other twisted things to look into. And she looks at everyone. Honey has a house guest that's pretending to be something it isn't.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that shit. Ah, fuck.
What's going on?
Oh, long and the short, the stupid bitch who decided to do the thing over in Arizona, maybe Wayfair did the dreaming, got my uncle. They came into my fucking door, and now the cunt's trying to be a stupid asshole and, doing shit with my uncle. And they're all wondering why I'm pissed off because my uncle all of a sudden disappeared and lied to me. So there's a whole bunch of fuckery. Hi, how are you?
And that's the one I told you, Taylor, that you said didn't exist.
Oh, so that suspicion's more than confirmed now.
Exactly.
The cuckoo is fucking in my house. No offense, Ace.
And I
Pardon
don't
me.
even think that's what it really is at all. I think I have suspicion, now I will say it may just be my woman's intuition, that that individual may also be the one that used a cold iron blade to stab Ahmet.
Rhiannon.
Exactly.
Hmm.
I'd like for you to come because I think it might be a Thalain.
Ah.
That would explain why your eyes were drawn to it, yes?
In many ways. Would you pardon me one moment?
Of course.
He takes out his cell phone, walks over, and you hear, "Hello, Doug. Have the triage tent ready in case I'm injured." Yes, it's one of those. and just
Shit.
goes off to talk a bit of logistics.
Should I text Simon in case we need extra backup?
Shark Boy? Yes.
Okay.
Another house of war? Of course.
Of course.
She'll text Simon, hey, do you want to fight at my house tonight with my friends?
And S will actually text Amet to find out if he would like to get the bastard that stuck him.
Okay. In order. Honey, you get the response, we haven't even had dinner yet. This feels to be moving rather fast, isn't it?
Dude, there is a thought lane possibly at my house. I need to chuck a bitch. Want to help?
He first sends an ellipses, and then very quickly you get another response. Be right there.
Cool.
And there is none of the playfulness from the previous texts.
No, that's fine, because she'll turn around and say, fine, that's first base, second base is dinner, third base is possibly a hug. Thanks.
He texts you a gif of a cat doing this, and it just says "Rare."
Oh my gosh.
She'll send Tony the Tiger with great because she can't flirt worth shit.
To which you get the cry laughing emoji, and then another resounding "I'll be there momentarily." I'm assuming you have to give him the address so that he knows where the fuck to go.
Yeah, she'll show Ez and Ferrari kind of like, see, I kind of flirted.
You did very well. You made him laugh. That's good.
Beautiful.
Good job, dear. Really. Good stuff.
Cool.
Have you been watching those rom-coms I sent you?
I started the one and I kind of fell asleep because I cried, but that's okay.
Oh.
But, don't tell anyone.
He doesn't seem like the type who would be who would enjoy rom-com flirting.
I barely understood it.
I think that he would enjoy the way that she flirts, period. Clearly he does.
I think I'm not.
I tried to tell her he seems
sassy.
to like her as she is.
Don't change a thing.
Jolly also looks up. Look, so long as you don't follow the movie Mamma Mia as your standard for how dating works, you'll be fine.
Look, and I can't sing more shit.
Hey, that's actually a point in your favor. That movie was fucking weird.
I mean, I could always do Greatest Showman, but that's even worse.
Is everyone okay? I know he did that fucking gold shit. Is everyone okay?
It hurts, but...
And it did fade because it didn't take entirely. It seems like his power was an all or nothing sort of deal. But the skin that is now back to being skin is very pink and raw. So you are still down the damage that was dealt, but it is no longer gold.
Excellent.
Although there is a slight, not exactly like vitiligo patterning, but there is like a slight, like a couple shades difference in skin tone as it starts to like heal up for you guys.
Did a man
You're not
respond?
in a freehold right now. He did. And said, damn, if I wasn't currently in Singapore.
As she sends back pictures or it didn't happen.
to which you get 3 separate pictures of the Singapore airport, voted best airport in the entire world, as well as like a resounding like night food market and stuff. Like he provides proof.
As she says, enjoy your trip.
He said, I swear I just went for a 5-minute walk.
That's valid.
He says, I can try to return, but I don't. And he puts in quotes, feel like going back right now.
And she just says, I'll look after the kids.
He then also gives a response. They seem to be doing well. So that is his current response. Is
okay. Well, Ahmed's not in. He's currently on the other side of the world in Singapore.
So
Tries for your fucking kith.
It just is. It's a thing. It's a thing, So yeah, he left me with the damn kids, but it's fine. But
It's okay. Auntie Honey will teach them how to dodge and weave and chuck bitches out windows.
It's fine. They're teenagers, or one is 18, but yeah, they're teenagers, so it's fine. You'll have fun with them.
Sure, we've got this, right? 7 of us. 7 or 8
we'll be
against
fine.
a Thaline.
Yeah.
How tough can a Thaline really be?
I just hope it, because what you were telling me that Crunch was seeing, honey, I worry that this thing has started to manipulate your uncle's mind.
That's why one of y'all have to get him out, because I'm just going to go straight for the bitch.
I'll focus on getting him out.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going on with him anymore.
I'll focus on getting him out. I can move quick.
This man turned around and ruined my hospitality. Fucking dragged my name in the goddamn mud. The bitch is gonna fucking pay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't consider the rules of hospitality.
Yeah, he totally took advantage of it.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
And in the mass exodus over to Honey's Grove, we shall take a break. And we are back. Before the break, they turned a mage into crispy bacon. And that mage then, the mage's corpse at the very least said, "Good job, you little shits," and then died with a very different voice from the person using that body before. And after some recovery and kind words, you all started to regroup and then realize, oh, right, we immediately have another fucking issue to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And then started moving en masse over to the freehold of Lady Honeybadger Swift. Now, you all do arrive to see standing outside the property line is Sir Simon. Doug is also there, and they seemed to have been talking casually. But they both seem to be waiting for you all. And Sir Simon turns, and his eyes sort of like acknowledge all of you, but they mainly just fade over until they hit Honey, where his eyes actually light up. And he gives a grin. I desperately need to ask, what sorts of threat exactly are we expecting in there?
I'm expecting a Thaline that can shape change at the minimum.
Easy enough.
And use Wayfair.
And isn't afraid of using cold iron.
It's just cold iron.
I know. Baylor.
And he gives a very non-subtle wink. But you can also tell that he's acting way less stereotypical in this setting.
Mm-hmm. I believe this is the assassin that tried to take out the king. And I believe this one also posed as Lady Rhiannon ap Gwydion here.
Oh, well, that's for the Gwydion to be upset about.
Well,
Lady in
also
red.
me, because she tried to stab one of mine with cold iron.
He turns and gestures to all of you, but is mainly like indicating Esmeralda. See, this is why I like Ishu. They're very to the point. You know exactly how he wronged you, and you're willing to take steps to correct it.
Oh, there's
It's
a blood
impressive.
debt ode.
And he then looks right at you, honey. I see why you're friends with her.
She adopted me.
She's my unicorn.
And it was a rather successful adoption by the looks of things.
Yeah, and apparently I'm a unicorn. I just need to turn around and get a unicorn thing and just go around. I'm not
Woman would
prancing this
suit you.
time.
If you're
Okay.
fine with a small bit of risk, we could probably get a nice cold iron brand to put a unicorn on your body somewhere. I've done the process before.
Dude,
I have several
granted,
good. I have
not
several
sure if it's
decent
gonna
marks
last.
with cold iron.
Oh, so now you're just teasing me to hurt me to get foreplay in. Got you.
And you see he reach in and then take out on a leather cord a small pouch around his neck, which he reaches into and dumps a very sharp shard of metal into his hand. You all can see cold iron, and it's touching his skin directly.
Oh?
Look, I can't handle that shit, but Jesus, why don't you just want a bit more?
Oh, and he sticks it between his teeth.
Oh, fuck you, bitch!
Now you're just showing off.
Exactly.
Oh, no. This is showing off, and he taps his finger against a point and then starts adding force, and you do see a trickle of blood.
Oh my goodness.
But
Why?
it doesn't in any way seem to actually be hurting him. Like, he's bleeding, but he's not showing a reaction to pain or anything like that. As he then drops it back in the pouch, pulls the cord tight, and tucks it back.
Okay,
Do
tall,
not
dark,
worry.
and sharp teeth. Stop being a bitch and let's go kill a dick. Words. I can't say anything anymore. I'm pissed.
You've dumbfounded her.
and you see him very casually check his fingernails and just mutter, "Success."
Listen here, you. Fuck off.
I'd say you more than succeeded.
Oh, Lady Swift, he is good.
Just goes to her heart. Goes to the door. She doesn't know what to say anymore.
She just like busts into her house.
Also, Doug just indicates, he doesn't say anything, but he just points in a way that says, "I'm sneaking around the back." And Vincent, as soon as he steps over the property line, laser focuses onto the house.
That's why I brought you. Come on.
And he adjusts his suit. A fair warning, they're aware of me too.
Of course.
And he heads in. Following. And then you all can stay outside, move around, march straight in, whatever you want to do.
Now, S is going in because she wants to try to find the uncle and get him out. Maybe with assistance of Crunch if need be.
Oh, honey, did you alert Crunch that you were here? Or okay.
She kind of asked for the 1020 or AKA location of Bitchman and the uncle.
Let's do a quick roll, shall we, to see where each of them are.
Oh boy.
Okay. Crunch texts back, "Uncle's in the shitter."
Figures.
And then he said, "Fuck Nuggets watching TV."
So she'll tell everyone they're going into the basement of her home and they have to go up the stairs. So she'll tell S where the bathroom is. And then she'll then tell them where the living room is, which is just by the kitchen on the second floor.
Okay.
Do you want us to try and drag it maybe into the freehold?
That's my grotto in the back. I'd prefer not to bring my mom into it. But, I mean, if you have to rough up my house, it's not like I haven't done it already.
Try to neutralize it and just get it out of the house. It doesn't have to be destroyed, but actually probably better not, because I've, heard that folks in Arizona want blood. They should have it.
I will.
Okay.
I have something I can use to.
So no axe to the neck is what
disable
you're telling
it.
You all also hear near you a weird sort of stretched peeling sound as Vincent's shadow stands up off of the surrounding environment, takes slightly more physical form, and is now just attached at the bottoms of his feet, but is like curled around and like holding onto his shoulders and looking about.
That's pretty cool.
You're taking shadow thing
That's
way
impressive.
too easy.
It's awesome,
Peter
isn't
Pan.
it?
That is impressive.
That's fucking creepy as
I
hell.
can't do that.
This is Shade. He will be responsible for most of any attacking that I need to do.
Okay, Pan.
And Shade likes me.
If he doesn't, I
Shade does hold up a vague hand towards you. And then reaches out for it's weird. It is the coldest high five.
Yeah, absolutely. She'll high five it.
But it's not like ice cold. It's like, you can't even describe it. It just, you can tell there is temperature and it's lower than everything else. But to describe a specific feel of cold is hard. It's a shadow.
Yeah.
Usually it's cooler in the shade. So you all make your way in. Esmeralda, you split off and head towards the restroom.
bathroom.
Which
I'm going to wait
does
outside in the hallway and I'm going to grab him as soon as he comes out.
and the door is still shut at the moment. We will get back to you on that. For the rest of you, any specific like layout? Are you all just spreading out around the couch, or because as you enter, he doesn't seem to be reacting beyond oh, there's people here sort of a thing. He seems fairly okay until he sees Lady Embra, actually. And then there's a slight bit of nerves that seems to take in. He's not very good at hiding some of that stuff.
Oh, Eli will go in and sit right down beside him.
He seems a little confused and nods. Hi.
What's up? How's it going?
Oh, starting to get back on my feet. Found a job, so that's good.
Amazing. What kind of job is it?
Oh, it's just a small thing at like a bank. A bit banal, but I'll deal with it.
What made you want to work there?
They were hiring, and I sort of know money, so why not?
Cool. And she kind of goes like this.
I want to do between the lines. If we're gonna like figure out what actually happened, or are we just gonna go for it?
Oh, get her to confess. Get him to confess.
Okay. So then, in that case, I'm going to do between the lines to understand whatever you're saying.
Okay. Difficulty 8.
For an ability?
Hard to read then, huh?
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, my mind was fucked for the word cantrip because I came from D&D. I'm like, yeah, they can just keep casting it. Nope. No, you all cannot.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of a clever riddle, but I can't think of one on the spot. Ace would ask him kind of a riddle again about secrets. And 2 riddles. One about secrets and one about kings.
Okay. Are you doing this in a sort of intent like, hey, can you guess these? Or are you just saying them out loud? Like, is there any intent behind your words?
Like, okay. Yeah, like, can you? But like as more of a bunk type of thing.
Okay. As you're bunking, he does seem to think for a second and then give the answers to those riddles of secrets and kings. Seems like he, through very little thought, managed to pull that up.
Still an 8?
He does seem a bit miffed. No, at this point it'd be 7.
Okay, I was like, please just give me a 7. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I knew I had extra dice. I was like, this feels like a lot of dice. Aw, dang, that's 1 success.
1 success. Okay.
It is a 10.
So I will say initially it kicks in. So if you get like a little bit of speaking out, you can at least verify that sort of stuff for what it actually is.
Okay.
But since it's 1, you're probably not going to get as much as Ace probably would have hoped.
Got it.
But you've got it for the moment at the very least. So as long as you play your cards socially, you should be fine. He hasn't gotten up from the couch. He doesn't even seem bothered that there's a bunch of people surrounding him. His only real hesitance is with Lady Embra, who he has actively shifted slightly away from.
He hasn't told everyone about Arizona, right? He just told...
He's told the ones who have asked, essentially.
Melody, Esmeralda, and Honey got the story.
Okay, yeah. Ace is going to be asking, like, I heard you had an interesting story about what happened in Arizona.
Oh, yeah, I guess interesting is the word for it. Honestly, I'm starting to forget some of the details by this point.
What happened?
Well, we were all just in court, and And there was this woman who kind of looked like her and tenderly nods towards Ez, but different enough, sort of like maybe a sibling or maybe a cousin or something. I don't know. And well, up to King, scary looking blade, did the deed, and then didn't finish the deed, I guess is the way to say it. And then the guards swarmed them and they unleashed and gone.
And what were you doing while this happened? Were you just watching? Were you paralyzed?
I was honestly stunned. You don't attack in the middle of. Care Black Salt is a fortress for a reason. You don't just get in there. So the fact that an assassin got that close to the king sort of shocked a bunch of people.
Why?
It should be next to impossible.
Are you telling the truth about standing there?
No. He said, I was standing there. And what you get is, I was standing there at the throne.
And she says, yeah, Care Black Salt is a fortress. And they don't let anybody in that they don't know. So tell me how a clericon named Taylor that doesn't exist got inside.
And he looks down. Doesn't exist. I'm right here.
Yeah.
How the fuck did you meet my goddamn uncle in the dreaming? Because somebody did an unleashing of Wayfair and they don't know where they get taken.
That's how that works.
I can't speak for how the dreaming works. We just stumbled across each other.
Why do you
ass
think?
did.
Why do you think someone stabbed the king?
I didn't really think too hard on it. He's the king. I'm sure he's made enemies.
Reason? Between the lines?
It could be anything. Reason. You actually get a very definitive answer on this one. Hate.
Okay. Then
That's the reason.
Do you think someone could hate him? And that's why?
I mean, and he turns and very quickly, like, half makes eye contact with you, Lady Embra, but then immediately looks away. No offense, but there are plenty of people that hate she. There could be any number of reasons that he got attacked.
Why would he be the only she then?
Because he was the most influential, I'd assume.
I don't know. This seems personal. You really don't think it's personal?
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. It seems like an impressive plan that I don't know. Thank goodness it was interfered with.
Between the lines?
And this will be your last bit of between the lines. The actual words being said underneath it all is, I don't know why the plan failed. It shouldn't have. It was perfect.
Well, it seems that the assassin wasn't the mastermind they thought.
Do you have a lead?
I'm going to kiss my hand, pat them on the head from my bunk, and then I'm going to sculpt to ice their feet to the floor.
All right, that is a -1 Bionk, because it's on the tame side, but still different enough.
Yes, we have a lead.
We do indeed.
What are you guys doing?
Should we call you Taylor? Or should we call you Lady Rhiannon ap Gwydion? Or should we call you some other name, creature?
The edge of his sword is going to come down on the side of his head.
You then also see from the other side of his neck, there are a bunch of fingers made of shadow that have sharpened to points that are sticking in the other side.
Perfect.
And this is the first time you all can make out the expression on Shade's face. It is a grin to rival the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. I suggest you answer truthfully. Your life may very well depend on it.
Out of character.
can
Honey, what's
clearly
your
tell.
uncle's name?
You know what? I never named him, but we're just going to call him Roger.
Okay.
In my brain, I feel like I named him Felix, but I can't
That
recall
works
for
too.
sure.
That
Felix,
sounds right.
I'm good with that.
Felix, it's time to go.
And you hear a sigh from the bathroom. The sink runs. And then the bathroom door opens. Esmeralda, you've seen guns. What Felix is aiming at you isn't a gun. It's something knockery. Blinking lights, copper diodes.
You really don't want to do that.
He's just standing there. He's not moving out of the bathroom.
Come with me.
I can't do that.
The fuck
Does it own you?
can't.
What'd you say, Ez? Sorry.
I said, does it own you?
He doesn't respond.
I take the silence as a yes.
Can I use gimmicks to pull the gun away?
How does gimmicks operate again? That's one
It
we haven't
steals
used in a
shit.
bit.
It moves shit. That's how
Well-
I moved Lucifer. For clarification.
Oh, right. It's your Fey telekinesis shit.
Yeah. For a single powerful action, the Changeling only controls the target for a single turn. If uses an attack, serves as an attack roll. You can do more precision, but this doesn't seem like a precision thing.
It just seems like a force thing if you're just trying to
Yeah.
rip it out of his hand. Is it going any specific direction from that?
Away from him. Aside from that,
so
no.
probably not towards Ez, because you don't want to smack her in the face with it. So maybe just fling it like to the side or something, like to the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do a quick little roll to see if he was gripping it tightly.
Because she might have, kind of shocked him a little bit with, does it own you? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Painful.
And Ace is going
And-
to taunt him by calling him Butterfingers for the bunk.
And as you all hear, ha, Butterfingers, his arms lurch slightly to the left and diagonally as the gun is forcefully ripped out of his hands. And he just sort of reaches after it and then stands there, just not seeming to know what to do.
And then S is going to grab his arms and Quicksilver out.
Okay. Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Strength plus brawl to see if you can maintain a grapple.
Okay. This is
And
great.
he will roll contested.
All right, so I'm going to use a willpower. What's my difficulty?
7.
Okay. That's 4 successes.
He got 3. Congratulations.
All right.
Nice.
You maintain the grip. He's struggling, but it was so sudden and so fast. Are you taking him anywhere specific or just away from the situation?
Away from the situation.
Okay, that'd probably mean that you'd end up with Quicksilver, probably somewhere in the basement.
Yep.
To which you see, as you come down the stairs, there is a red cap like ascending the stairs, and he like flattens to the side as you blur past him.
Yeah.
You hear him mutter, "Fucking watch it." And then he keeps going up the stairs.
And she's going to set the uncle down.
He seems a bit stunned.
Does it own you?
And he just stares miffed at you.
Be
Like-
miffed all you want. You lied to your niece to get it into her home.
Perception, empathy. Standard diff.
And that's going to be detail oriented. She's going to notice any tells.
Mm-hmm.
Straight 6 successes.
He's too scared to speak. He's scared shitless. And most of the fear is directed from something above you all. But he is so scared that he physically cannot talk about it.
I get you're terrified. You've spent a lot of time around that creature.
And we will come back to that scene. As Taylor looks down at the block of ice. May I stand?
You may not.
No.
Doesn't even acknowledge Honey, but looks straight at Lady Embra and just says, "Twat."
I suggest you buy your life back with your words. I don't relish the thought of
I'm
cutting
not
your
going
head
to
off.
take orders from some she, as if you're impressive.
Bully browbeat. Done. Fucking done.
Difficulty 8. And yes, that is with your 2, diff 7 with your 2 reduction.
Yes. So instead of a 2, that's a 3. And she will just look dead at him and say,
His
"Tell
eyes-
me the fucking truth, you cunt."
His eyes cut over. To do so, I have to remove something.
No, you can speak now. Nothing stopping your fucking mouth, is it?
Other than
Tell us.
cowardice and fear of admitting you failed.
What do you need to remove?
The ring on my right middle finger.
Good, hold your hand out. She'll pull out her axe.
Hold on. Wait. Did Ace get that? Was the impression about why he couldn't say things? Or why he was lying, or just that he was lying?
Just that he was.
Lady Swift, if you wouldn't mind taking the ring off. Take the ring off.
Don't
Please?
know if that's a good idea, but I think he's just fucking with
Fine.
us. But if you want to do it, do it.
He does hold his hand up, and you see a rose gold ring with a very small inset emerald at the center.
Seems too
She'll-
easy.
She'll put a glove on because fuck this.
He then also does this to make sure that you can get to it easily.
And she'll just take a knife and swipe it right off.
Oh, Jesus.
Cut off his.
All right, well, yeah.
He did
There-
this. He presented it.
There
He
is
doesn't need it.
There is a gritting of teeth and
She'll
a
hold the finger up going,
and
"Got the
a
ring."
flicker. The visage of Chloricon vanishes to be replaced by a lovely blonde woman in a long red coat. In many ways, her features initially you all think she, but no, the ears are far longer and pointier. There is a superiority in the eyes that is not seen in the she.
Bevartal.
And she, still sitting there, now her hand clutching her bloody stump where her finger used to be, sits there.
I said, tell me the truth. Do you want me to beat you into it? I have no problem with that.
What part of the truth do you want?
Oh my God, all of it, you fucking bitch.
Oh, well, that gives me so many options to
Your
start.
plan, your co-conspirators, how long you had been planning it for, where you were hiding out.
God, are you that fucking thick? Yeah, you are.
deserved it. He deserves
Why?
that and more.
Why?
Because he's a she.
Oh, who gives a flying fuck? Who ordered this?
Bevartal.
Ordered.
Come on.
I ordered it. I
Okay, well-
organized it.
Well, you clearly didn't think this through to finish it. Duh.
A lapse in skill of my accomplices.
Oh, wait, you're not a good assassin, figures.
Which
And who
accomplice?
are those?
I believe that's going to take, let's say, manipulation, intimidation, Lady Embra.
Sounds about right. I will spend a willpower as well. For
Standard difficulty. Normally, even you wouldn't have a difficulty reduction in any way, but you are standing next to a very driven red cap.
Exactly.
If I can assist, I will.
The reduction in difficulty is already the assistance, I promise you.
Okay.
All right. So I'm not super great at those, but I will spend a willpower. Oh, okay. It's only difficulty 6, right?
Mm.
Okay, so 4 successes, actually. 10, 9, 8, 9.
What was your question on that? Just to make sure that I heard it right.
Who were your co-conspirators?
Lord Maximilian ap Gwydion. Lady Bella ap Ailill. Duchess Mary ap Ailill.
Fucking told y'all.
Oh, I fucking believed you.
God damn.
God damn, this sucks.
Can I attempt to discern if they're telling the truth or if they're trying to shitstar?
Certainly. Perception empathy.
Okay. I will use another willpower to give myself an automatic success.
If you're checking in orange, it would be perception empith. Sorry, that's a very lame storyteller joke.
What's the difficulty?
7.
Nice. Okay. 2, 1, 3 successes because I have the 1 from willpower.
And you were trying to discern truth, correct?
Yeah. Is she bullshitting?
Feels fairly honest, as far as you can read. Almost like she's not trying.
And which one of them specifically failed? Please tell me it was Bella.
It was pieces of all of them. Kithane are incompetent by nature.
But not you, the one who officially did the stabbing.
No, I am better than all of you. I wish you all would see that.
I wish you wouldn't, because you know what? Who's stuck to my fucking floor? You, bitch!
At that, Ace is gonna gut punch them with the Annihilator.
All right.
Don't she wait this bitch.
Because that is the biggest surprise attack I think I've ever witnessed in a World of Darkness. You don't need to roll to attack. Just tell me how. Is it just a rear back and solid hit?
Yeah, no, just gonna gut punch.
Okay. I need to do a quick roll here.
That'll leave her winded.
To say the least.
Or something.
Or something.
Let's see.
Maybe
Remember,
her spleen bursts.
This punch does ag.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't throw up, but there is liquid that still definitely comes up with it as she's hunched over, working it onto the floor.
Let's not.
And she's now taken a point of ag. She's both coughing and sputtering and seems very like, wind and other things knocked out of her.
What was that?
Something about superiority. I'm sure she forgot, though.
Say again? Can you?
You all hear from the back as he's leaning against a wall. Sir Simon says, I like the Cluricon too.
Hey, I learned it from somewhere.
He just gives an acknowledging nod.
Honey just leans in with the butt of her axe and like, superior? Bitch, you have no idea how much I am superior than you. And she'll use the headbutt on the top of the head to knock her ass out.
Okay, for that I will need some strength melee. Fezzik, jog her memory.
Diff is 6, normal?
Mm-hmm. She's
Good,
not.
being I'm used.
She's pinned to the floor, and you guys are surrounding her. So
It's okay. It's Scathage. I get plus dice and minus difficulty for this.
yep. But she does still get a resistance due to horse shit.
Fair. So minus 6 or 5.
6.
You taste. I'm going to use a willpower, and that's going to be a 4.
Okay. You deal 2 more points of damage, but because she just managed to beat you out, she does not go unconscious. Which gives her the only opportunity she probably feels she has, and you all hear, "Get me away."
But she's the floor. Fuck.
Could another unleashing simultaneously potentially stop that?
Absolutely.
Depending on what the unleashing is directed at, yes. Choose your request carefully. And remember to be vague. The dreaming doesn't like specifics.
Can't be too big, though. I can't be too big. Someone else may be able to. I can't be too big.
As best you can. The dreaming will interpret however it wants. But you tell me what you're doing for that while I roll her unleashing. Oh, as one of my dice goes off the fucking table, of course.
Well, I wonder if Ray could unleash Kronos and fucking stick her in a time loop.
I will say, unfortunately, as magnificent as that would be, Vray cannot do such, as she does not personally know Kronos. Her wooden spoon knows Kronos.
Her spoon knows Kronos.
Oh,
wanted
you
to
do?
stop?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
she
apologies.
does.
And also, you're muted, Vray, if you were trying to say something.
No, I knew I was muted.
Okay, sorry. I actually did completely forget that you also took it, because sometimes treasures don't treasure.
If you wanted to stop, I can stop her. If we're really wanting to go into unleashing.
Yeah, I think it's who wants the unleashing the most.
I will say the first one who gets the opportunity is Ace, because you were the one that asked first.
Yeah.
I'll just
Oh,
do it
cool.
that way.
Awesome.
So are you unleashing?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's unleash naming.
There we go.
Naming, okay. And what are you going to request of the dreaming? Please state your request in a clean and crisp manner.
Stop, dog. Not that.
Woof. Oh, that's how you're unleashing naming. Wow, okay.
Dog's like, get him.
Get his ass. Get her ass.
I think what Ace will do. I stop. Oh my god. I think what Ace will. Well, okay. So I can use Lady Rhiannon's name, but I feel like I feel like pointing at her might be better in case it's not her actual name.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
I don't know if pointing will work. But Ace is going to say, freeze her there. Like,
Okay.
or freeze her. Not there, not there, not there.
She's stuck.
Yeah, but she could be stuck somewhere else. Like,
She's stuck there.
she's stuck here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's she's stuck here.
This is all, in suspended time, because there's also an unresolved unleashing roll from her as well. So
Yeah.
I'm letting you.
Oh my god!
I'm letting your stuff go off first to see what it does, because it could affect what happens with her stuff.
Yeah. Ace will do she's stuck here.
Okay.
I'm pointing at her in the spot.
She's stuck here.
It's nicknaming her.
Just to make clear, that's the exact wording you're using.
Because we may not be able to transport her to Arizona if she's stuck here.
You also have to see if the unleashing is stable enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if
Fuck
I
it,
gotta
let's go for
sacrifice my couch, I'll
Go for it.
sacrifice my
Sick.
couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
First, Ace, add 1 to your nightmare.
Yeah.
Join
Even
the
if it doesn't go
club.
well, I want to see I want to see how fucked up it can go. Even if it doesn't go the way I want it.
Ladies
I'm
and gentlemen,
curious.
here we go.
And then I believe the role if I'm remembering right, and if not, it's end of season, so fuck it.
I think it's just glamour, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Your
as far as I
permanent
can
glamour?
recall. Permanent glamour, yes.
That's it.
And make sure that you indicate one of your dice to be your nightmare die, because that can do funky things too.
Okay. So I'm going to roll my nightmare die first. It fell off the table, so I'm not counting it. I didn't even catch it. That's a 3.
It realized it was such a nightmare that it didn't want to be participating in that roll.
Yeah.
How many did you say again? Sorry.
That one is a 3, but I have 5 total.
Okay. How many levels of naming do you have?
I have 4. And I got is there a difficulty here? Like is
6.
it 6? And then I got 2 successes.
Okay. Congratulations. The unleashing is stable. You have to roll your level in the art or higher for it to go. You have to roll under your level in order for it to go off without a hitch.
Awesome.
Or as little of a hitch as unleashing can provide. Oddly enough, there's just a slight ripple of just the visual part of a heat ripple. Emanates out from Ace's finger, smacks this, well, by this point, Embra would especially know, this Svartal in the face.
I knew it.
The ice melts. And then this woman does not move. Like, she's not blinking, she's not breathing, she's just there, staring slightly off. Still a somewhat confident look on her face, as if she, even in the last moment, didn't think she would lose.
Hold on. Ace is going to take a picture on their phone and then send it to their mom.
Oh my God.
That's when
Bitch, your
Honey
days
Bear-
are numbered.
Honey will pull out
Not
from
a
her
sign.
pocket and finally stop the recording because she recorded all of this on a tape and went, I think we got enough evidence.
Beautiful.
We shift back to Esmeralda, trying to coax Honey's uncle into, I'm assuming, is it comfort at this point? Are you still trying to talk to him?
Trying to talk to him.
Okay. He answered a couple small, like, one-sentence questions, and then all of a sudden you see him blink.
Better now?
And tears just start rolling down his cheeks.
She still has Vincent's handkerchief. And she will actually dab his cheeks for his tears.
He barely seems to notice.
She made you do horrible things.
"5 years. That's how long I've had to listen to her. I couldn't say no. I was a state away when my sister died. I could have been here." And he's just...
And Esmeralda will actually hug him.
It's a tight hug. He's got some... Well, he's retired age, but he's not old. But it's still some old man strength.
Yeah, no,
behind
it's
it.
fine. She
But
will hug him.
And he's not letting go for a second, and you can already feel your shirt stained with tears.
It's fine.
And it's just a lot of muttering of, "It's all my fault. I should have broken free. It's all my fault. It's all my
You
fault."
couldn't have. It's what they do.
He seems to be barely listening. So
And she says, Honey will understand. Tell her the truth.
He tries taking deep breaths, but when you're crying,
it's hard.
Your lungs love to hitch every second. So that's going to be his state for a little while, I think. And even when he stops crying, he's still going to be a bit out of it.
And she just laughs at him and says, keep the handkerchief. It's a gift from Lord at Booming.
He looks down. Feels a bit expensive for a gift.
It's okay. They hold treasures in them. A knocker's tears.
You've been reading too much poetry.
I'm an issue. It's one of the many things I do.
And forgive me, ma'am, but I don't think what I did should be forgiven. It's horrible.
You two are completely a pair, you and Honey. Love to beat yourselves up. Obviously related.
You do hear him mutter, "We're easy targets." I'm guessing you go back to regroup. Do you bring him with, or do you just let him stay there?
I let him stay there, and I say, when you are ready, Honey, listen to his story.
She's growling at this Selene, ready to fucking kill him, and she kind of looks at us going, like almost like a 180, going, fuck?
That thing kept him away when your mother died.
Is there any willpower roll that I need to do before I try not to take this person's head?
How much willpower do you have? Permanent?
6.
Sure, roll it. And no, I'm not telling you the difficulty. Just tell me what you get.
That's fine, but I'm going to let us continue on because this is pissing her off.
That thing had him under thrall for 5 years.
I see her going for it. I'm going to try and parry.
Crunch does also somehow only now walk in, and he looks a bit beaten up, like his eye is starting to swell up a bit. He's got a busted lip, but he's just sort of cracking his neck and stretching. Sorry, I missed the party, it sounds like. And he nods at where Daniel was sitting. It.
It's a creature.
Sorry, no, not she. Selene, some shit or another. Apparently had a chimera in the house. It is not in the house anymore.
It.
And he just licks his lips.
Just let me know what my diff is when you get a chance.
Oh, no, I'm not telling you. Tell me what numbers you get. You don't know the difficulty on this.
Okay.
So tell me every number.
693235.
Okay. It's so tempting. Just one quick swing, a twitch of your wrist, and your axe would meet the neck.
She puts the blade right to the fucking neck and almost is trying to push in, and you can see the struggle, like, I want to fucking kill her.
And you almost do it.
Oh, does Shade do it?
Instead. Oh, Shade's also like getting into it. Like the grin's like moving past the boundaries of the shadow.
I wouldn't be surprised if Shade did chimerical death on it.
And is ready and waiting, but seems to be like giving like a Honey, like on your signal sort of a thing. And Honey.
Yeah.
For a second, you feel a hand on your shoulder. There's no one behind you. And a quick kiss on the side of your cheek. And you hear more in your heart than in your head. Let go. So the grief and the anger is not what would kill her. It is entirely in your rational opinion what you do.
Honey, let her be taken. The king will see to the justice.
She's harmless, Lady Swift.
Harmless my fucking ass!
As she is now.
Vray?
Somebody doesn't pick me up and move me, I'm going to fucking kill her.
You see Simon step around and make eye contact with you, honey, and give a very obvious, do you want me to? And you can't tell if he's saying kill her or separate you. But either way, he's offering something.
If you guys want to take her, pick me up and move me.
He just holds his hand out. And first, he doesn't remove the axe. He just moves it to your side, still holding it, turns you gently, and then walks you. It's probably going to be actually into the freehold, into the grotto, where you see the plants are all sort of twisting around and moving on their own as you see Doug standing at the back door like this. And then as you two come out, he just, we good? And Simon just gives and Doug then turns and starts telling the plants, all right, calm down. I got you hyped up over nothing, etc. The plants do start to settle, but it seems like it's taking him a second. But it seems like he was doing something with plants.
I'm sorry, Vray. I was going to ask you to help her move, but...
Sorry.
Need to figure out how long this is going to last.
And if you can move her, none of you have tried yet.
I don't know if there's really a time limit on this. I
It was an
didn't say there
unleashing.
was.
It's
Yeah.
unleashing.
Exactly.
It'll last as long as it fucking lasts.
Yeah.
However long
Exactly.
that is up to the dreaming. Could be minutes, could be the end of the universe. Who fucking knows?
Yeah. And she looks to Vincent. Any update on the king?
They did apply some, not all. They didn't want to waste it.
Of course.
And it did slowly start repairing. The real trick was they also figured out the dagger that harmed him.
Good.
A dagger infused with Chronos, so the wounds wouldn't heal for longer.
That would do it.
Ingenious artifact, but obnoxious to deal with.
Yes. How quickly can we get her, if we can move her, to Arizona?
I can call in a transportation service.
I'll try and move any part of her.
Just independently, you just see Embra reach out and sort of grab at her wrist. And have you ever tried to move a statue with one hand?
It's quite heavy.
Hold on. And she's going to go down to the uncle, to Felix, and be like, Felix, do you by chance have a cart or dolly? Something that can tote something about this
Honey
big?
has that in her thing.
Yeah,
You
but-
you got it.
Okay. And he'll get it and she'll take it up the stairs. I got something. Strap her to it.
So who goes to pick her up?
Lady Embra, she's strong as fuck. She
Okay.
might only be
S will
4
hold,
foot 10, but
S will
she's
hold the
strong.
dolly.
And as you pull, she does move. She's stuck where she is, but that doesn't seem to be in physical space.
Mm.
But as you pull, there is one thing that is stuck to her, which is the fabric of the couch. The
Okay.
upholstery seems to be folding only surface level she's attached, but she is stuck to some cushions and stuff.
The upholstery's gonna have to come with her then.
And it's kind of awkward to get her on the dolly, but you turn her sideways and it seems to work.
Yep. And I will take the straps and wrap them around her.
Talk about dense.
All right, big, strong gentleman. You want to wheel her out?
You looking at Vincent or Crunch?
All of them.
Also, if anyone who feels they'd be paying more attention to everything than just, what's specifically happening, please roll a diff 7 perception. Let's say alertness in this case.
Perception alertness.
Diff 7.
I want to spend a willpower to do that.
Diff 7.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. All 4 successes. Easy. Easy clap. We're on a roll tonight.
All 6.
You're
I
not
got a
sure if it's
4.
doing anything, but Sir Simon is casually taking his shard of cold iron and digging it into her hip. Barely seems to be paying attention to her, but you can tell it's specific. But as soon as you notice, he stops and flicks his wrist and the shard's gone.
Yeah. Baylor.
What you doing there, buddy?
Nothing important.
Not more of my house's business, I hope.
He tries to say something and clearly can't.
Under
House
a
Aileal
bench.
is a fine, upstanding house. I'm proud to work with them.
Oh, fucking do something with his
course.
goddamn mouth, please. How am I supposed
And
to
he-
shit talk things if he can't say shit?
You say do something with his mouth, and he turns and does this.
I think we all look at Honey when she says that.
And he gives like a little like pucker of his lips and a slight wink.
She's already
I've been
pissed.
watching those rom-coms.
She's just she's pissed off. She's shaking.
But now
wants
she's
to cry.
blushing.
And now
And she's like, and S just says, wow, okay, I've never seen a red cat blush. Fascinating.
And do you see Simon like half glance over to you as and say, I can do it more often than you'd think.
I believe it. I believe it.
Clearly.
You are charming. I'll give you that.
He very casually says, I prefer to think of it as dangerous, but whatever words you wish.
I mean, it can be both.
Exactly.
So now for the next bit, I do have a request.
Make your request, Lord Baylor.
Sir, I'm not that high yet.
One day.
May I be the one to deliver her to proper authority?
No.
May I
Actually,
ask why not?
hold on. We'll do in between the lines again. Because
Okay,
doesn't
what's
trust
your-
without the gays.
What's your bunk this time?
I've done too much stuff this time. Ace is gonna like write out on a piece of paper line by line, kind of like what you would do in school when you got in trouble on the blackboard, like that whole idea. Are you going to get into my family? Over and over and over again.
And he looks at it, and your art will still go off, but he also then takes the pen and paper from you, turns it over, and begins writing. And he
Awesome.
seems to be writing with a lot more control than he had when he was speaking.
Awesome.
Awesome. It only affects when he can
so
speak.
reading this.
And then he holds it out to you, which says, when I say proper authorities, I mean Arizona.
Okay, sure.
Wondrous. Thank you so much for volunteering, Sir Simon.
As long as it is directly to Arizona, no stops on the way.
He gives a clear nod and then actually turns to Vincent. Can your transportation include me as well? And Vincent gives a very slow nod. It's very clear, by the way, to all of you that these two do not like each other. Vincent is on model behavior and Simon is a Baylor.
Yes.
So there is the whole anime spark of tension between them, but it's not sexual. It's very much aggressive.
It's very aggressive tension. Yes.
But they aren't doing anything.
Good. They're being
And
good
then-
boys.
And so Vincent just responds with a very slow,
I sense a burgeoning bromance.
I guess our date we're going to have to wait then, huh?
and you see Simon turn and say, like I said, I have the restaurant reserved till the end of the month.
Cool. Question. Do they have restaurants in Arizona?
I think plenty. But let's
Good.
see you
You're
there.
going to fucking take me one. I'll go with you.
Good thing we're going in winter. If it was summer, the tires might melt on the street.
I think I would want to go as well, actually.
Road trip?
I can say more about my family's role in this than you can.
Can you do something about his thing?
He just points at the paper and says, I have ways.
Wait, can we undo that? Or what do we do the thing to loosen your mouth?
That's not how it works.
I don't know. I'm a red kid. What the fuck do I know how shit works?
I'm sure there is something that can be done. Probably not an immediate priority, though. I hate to say. Just don't talk about my family in bed, okay? That's all that matters here.
He can give a
Vincent-
written statement, but it would be helpful to actually have one of theirs willing to sell them out.
Indeed.
Vincent also leans forward. If what is happening to him is happening to him, a fairly decent removal is often done by the one who made the command in the first place, or their death, depending on what.
Working with a Fairlane, trying to assassinate the king, that might not be very far off.
Exactly.
And with this one, I'm going to say only those that would be somewhat close. So that would be Ace and Ez. Could you give a difficulty 7 perception alertness, please?
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the skill of the day for this.
It's okay. Honey's getting worried and it's starting to show on her face.
That's 4 this time. She's a little bit distracted because she's kind of focused on Vincent right now because she could sense the tension.
Shit, and sorry, your storyteller's brain just did a reset. What was the thing I said right before that? Oh, God damn it.
We're talking about
it was
perception
about
ability?
Vincent doing something, and we had to do perception alertness for it.
Yeah,
Right.
Then
Not Vincent, Simon.
He is once again trying to say something, but it's slightly more clear in that he's, because it's more reading the emotions on his face.
Mm-hmm.
But it was more just noticing because these are sort of micro expressions.
Mm-hmm.
He is a flurry with an odd mix of absolute confidence and ambition tied back into a sort of, it's odd coming from a Baylor, but the only word to describe it is hesitance.
right.
Or at the very least, as afraid as a Baylor is willing to express.
Mm-hmm. S won't make a comment on it at all. She'll just kind of tuck that away.
Ace just going to double down on saying they should go.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable. I'll have to consult
And
with
Honey
House
will go
Feeling
too.
myself,
So.
Indeed. Should be a fun road trip for you.
And she looks at Bray and Ember and says, I don't feel the need to go anywhere at this time.
Nor
And
do
there
I.
is a lot still to deal with here.
That
I'm sure
there
it's going to be a
is.
fucking quick trip. No more, maybe a week.
I'm sure.
I'll be back. No problem.
I know. I
I'll
just
need to
can't
do
always
some-
guarantee where I'm going to be. But right now, here's where it is.
Bitch, you decided to up and leave all summer. Fuck off. Well, I know you always move around. Jesus Christ. I have to put a LoJack system on you just to find where's the fucking issue.
She walks up to Honey, gives her a hug and a kiss on the cheek. and says,
The attempt is being made.
yes, I adore you, my unicorn. Enjoy your trip.
Sure. I don't know what I gave myself into. Talk me out of this. What am I doing?
Just
I don't do shit like this.
go.
Ace
dear.
will be there. It'll be fun.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep you out of trouble. And Ace will give her a trouble.
And that's a bold-faced lie.
I don't believe any of us believe that, Ace.
Define trouble.
Define
Only
it.
the
Your
best
definition
kinds,
of
Ace.
trouble
Only the
is
best
different than
kinds.
my definition of trouble. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be perfectly
Cross
I'm
my
fine.
sure he'll
heart.
reel me in. And she just thumbs over to Simon. I'm sure he'll reel me in if I get a little bloodthirsty.
Simon just casually over his shoulder, like side of the mouth click with a finger gun,
He is
and then continues escorting outside.
Mm-hmm.
very smooth. I like him.
And
Tall, dark, and sharp teeth.
Vrevari, your phone buzzes.
I wait for a few minutes before it seems like everyone's on their way before I check it.
It's a text from Not. I just watched Remy get snatched right in front of me.
I immediately call. I don't text back. I call.
And as a phone rings and rings and rings, building more and more anxiety, you've all had some victories here. But as with all Kithane's stories, there's always more to do. I want to thank my players for joining me for season 2. That was a trip and a wild ride, to say the least. Got to see some of the dreaming. Got to see a Thalaine again, which is different from a Dantaine. Dantaine are corrupted Kith. Thalaine are the Dark Fae. They
Just
are their own
That's
special
all I
beast.
knew it.
They're creatures.
They are indeed that.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening for Changeling the Dreaming Stained Glass Season 2, Episode 8, the Season 2 finale. This campaign, this chronicle will return as our kickoff to the new year in January. Because coming up, we have Dark Ages Vampire returning for its next season. That's going to be coming up not next week, but in a couple weeks. And then we've got, after that, Demon the Fallen is returning to close out the year for Wednesday Wads. So, yeah. So this is going to be on break until January. But
Thank you.
our ST needs a breather. But if you would like to join us on our Discord, we all are there. This game was cast from our Discord. We recently just closed a casting call for a new Vampire Chronicle that's going to be starting up next month. Y'all, there's always stuff going on in the Discord. You need to be part of it. And if you would like to catch back episodes, like you might have caught this session, maybe a few sessions, but missed some, check them out on YouTube. That link is in chat now. There is a ton of content there for all your World of Darkness desires, and also other games as well. One-shots, miniseries, different systems, different stories all together. And if you like Call of Cthulhu or Dungeons and Dragons, check out the Ishvel channel, because that is where our amazing GM, Dr. Tiss, holds her stuff for perpetuity. And check out our amazing friends who also stream on their personal channels. We have Junie Von Esch here. What you got going on yours?
Well, I'm coming back from a hiatus, so I've got stuff where I stitch and bitch or stitch and beach, whatever you want to prefer. I turn around and draw, aka making merch, and I blow up ship, because sometimes you just have to turn around and do things. And I will be here coming next in September, telling a story about vampires in Chicago. Oh my God, what am I doing and why?
And it's going to be amazing.
choosing to run Elder Central. Good luck.
And of course, Mischievous Red, what you got going on?
Hi, yeah. I stay on my own channel at Mischievous Red, and when time permits and health permits, and typically that's on Sundays. And right now we're on a Final Fantasy kick, so
Awesome.
that's what it would be. But I'm also here on Fridays,
Mhm.
or this Friday for Kansas City. Then there's a break. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Also, we have Ravnos Archon. Go give him a follow if you haven't already. He is currently on hiatus due to personal matters, but I'm sure at some point he will be returning to streaming stories on his channel. He tells vampire games, werewolf games, 7th Sea games, all kinds of stuff. Literally check him out. And Re-Rolls does D&D on Sundays and is soon about to start a Call of Cthulhu game on Sundays that Mama's gonna be playing in, as well as Demon, who plays in Call of Cthulhu. He used to play Ignatius and now he's Amos, I believe. Yeah. So he's going to be in it too. It's going to be a lot of fun. So you'll see a couple familiar faces, including Ree running it. So yeah, it'll be great. And if you would like to get some studio merch, you can check out our Zazzle link in chat there. I do recommend that you log in with an account because that way you'll be able to see all of our merch, because a few of our things are restricted behind age restrictions, and you got to be signed in so that they know that you're old enough to view cuss words. It's the Zazzle rules. And if you would like to support the amazing STN players at this table, you can show off your biddies. Y'all, show off some biddies for these amazing players, for real. Or donations. Donations also go to the players. If you would like to support the studio itself, you can subscribe here on Twitch. You can use your Amazon Prime subscription. You get one subscription to Twitch free per month with Amazon Prime. You may decide to give that to us. However, Twitch does take half because it's a nasty damn pimp. And if you would like to not have Twitch take half, you can donate to our KoFi page, our Ko-fi, buy Mama and Shanky a coffee. Or you can go for free to our YouTube and subscribe. Click the little bell icon there to make sure you get notified when we post new content, because we do so every week. There's a stream. There's the content gets posted. Okay. So literally we do it regularly to keep people up to date with streams. And also, make sure you're liking the videos you watch and you're commenting on them. Literally, as long as it's 5 or 6 words, it's a good comment that'll help boost us in the algorithm. I can't talk. So that's a free way that you can support us, because what that does is puts us higher in the searches on YouTube when people are looking for content like ours. So, yep, absolutely. And coming up over the next week, we have another finale this week, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Kansas City, A Domain Divided, Season 3. Finale. Yeah. Shit was bad last week. Bad. And now's the aftermath.
Your ST begs no spoilers.
I didn't
need to catch up.
Mm-hmm. I won't give spoilers. It was just bad. And now's the aftermath, because we always have session 9 be the big shit, so that 10 we can kind of do the wrap up and where we go from there. So yeah, that's at 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday. And then I believe Call of Cthulhu is on Saturday. I think, maybe. Yes, Urini says, we're playing. He's excited. Okay, so yes, on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, Tiss will be here with her intrepid investigators doing all the sus-ass shit around Victorian London with London Esoteric Society, a Call of Cthulhu 7E stream. Check them out Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, fun group that. Mm-hmm. And lastly, take care of your mental well-being, y'all. It's real important. Real important. You never know what someone's going through. And you may be going through something that you're not sharing with anyone. try to share it if you can, but if you feel like you can't, right now in chat, there is a list of organizations that you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if you are currently in crisis and need support, need connection with resources, whatever you need. Okay? Please use them if you need them. It is not weak. It is not a failure to ask for help. That takes immense courage and strength. And it's something to be proud of if you ask for help. Because no one can do it alone. And if you are not currently in the US or you are watching this on YouTube, please go to findahelpline.com. That site, you can put up your location and find the resources available to you, and it covers over 140 countries in the world. Please take care of yourselves. And please take care of your physical health too. The mind and the body work together. You know, do the stuff. Get the shots, get your fucking checkups, take your meds, drink your water, get some sunshine if you can. It's been raining a lot here. I miss my sunshine. But yeah, take care of yourselves, for real. And lastly, please check your registrations for your voting registrations. In multiple states, they have been purging voter rolls, restricting registrations, stuff like that. And these are predominantly Republican states. I think it's been Ohio, fucking Georgia or Florida had an issue. Texas has had issues with that. Literally, please pay attention to that. Check your shit, especially if you are a registered Democrat in a damn Republican state. For real. I should be illegal, but they get away with it. Yeah. And make sure that you're ready to turn up come November. Because we got to vote for Mama and Papa. Yep. Mama and Papa. And we've got to make sure that Congress is also blue. Because if we have Democratic president and vice president, if they don't have a blue Congress along with them, they will not get anything done. Because Republicans, GOP, is the grand obstructionist party. Said with love. Y'all have a good night.